Hi there, welcome back. This is our last few videos for this year. Hope you've enjoyed them all. We've certainly enjoyed making them and having a go at doing some different crafts. But this one, it's resin, people. We're going to use epoxy resin and these really lovely, these are tree decorations. Just purchased from our local Asda supermarket. I think Walmart is the equivalent in the States. But have a look around. I mean, these were cheap enough. I think there was sort of like a couple of pounds, if that, and there's about 10 or 12 in each pack. So a silver version there and the Aurora Borealis version, couple of coaster molds, and then we've got these beautiful molds. These are the set of irregular shape molds from a company called Mold, and as per usual, everything wherever possible we'll link in the description box for things that we use. Not sponsored at all, by the way, for this video, just in case anyone was wondering. Now we really I wanted to use this, the white, the Aurora Borealis coated snowflake hanging decorations, but they were just a bit too big for the coaster mold, so I made the decision just to snip off these ends and then fit them into the coaster, so they were more than big enough. Look at that, see? It's a shame to have to do it, but they fit much better. Look at that. So just did the same with the other one. I did keep the little bits because obviously you never know when these things are going to come in handy. There we go. So as you can see, there we go. That fits very, very nicely into the two coaster molds. Now we've just made 2. You could make 4, you could make 6, you could make 8, you could make 12, you know, as many as you need. So this is the first of the irregular trays, and again we've got this little loop on the top. We're not going to cut off the pointed parts, we're just going to take the scissors and just carefully cut off that little loop, so you've still got a point there. And then the same with this next one. Now there was I ummed and ahed about whether or not how many did you put in this mold, because it is an irregular shape mold. Let's say it's an irregular oval shape, and it's you have to get these so they fit in completely on the flattest, widest surface part of the bottom of this mold. So the surface you can see at the moment where the snowflakes are will be the bottom. So I decided to go for 3. Now this was the more rounded shape one. This is the smaller irregular mold, and I'm doing exactly the same thing again, just cutting off that little round loop. Of course, if you're going to hang these on a tree, these decorations, these snowflakes, you wouldn't cut the loop off. You just pop your ribbon or string or whatever you're going to use to tie up and then put it on your tree. Or you could use them as decorations and garlands and wreaths and centerpieces, candles, you know, it's endless what you could do with them. So I thought, maybe do I go with 2? And in the end, I decided that perhaps 1 is the option, but I did want to have a look just to see what it would look like if I did snip off those ends. Would it look right? And yeah, you know, it looks okay, but yeah, something not quite right there. So in the end decided no, wasn't going to try with putting 2 on, and was just going to opt for 1 in the middle, slap bang in the middle. There we go, look, just like that. As I said, of course, you could use the silver tone ones. If you've got gold tone, you could use gold tone ones. If you've got like some lovely natural ones cut out of thin like balsa wood, you could use those too. Now, I want to decorate the mold, the surface of the mold, and I'm going to use these. These are gorgeous. I think they might be twinkle tints, they're called, but it's like an ultra fine glitter. Almost a mica, and they're from Jules, the lovely Jules at Resin Jules. I'll put a link to her website in the description box as well. And here we go, look at this, it's just pure white with little shiny bits of crystal almost in them. Obviously it's not crystal. And all I'm going to do to apply it to the mold, I'm just going to get a dry bristled brush, dip it in, and then I started dropping it, so almost like flicking it onto the surface of the mould, trying to stay away from the centre part, because obviously that's where your snowflake's going to be, and you don't really want it to cover up the snowflake. Well, I didn't want to. So I don't know if you can see, it's not picking up ever so well, and then just went over it, and it's very subtle. It's very subtle. So as I say, the camera's not picking it up very well, but it is there. Repeated the process with that next colour, which looks more grey. It's not, it's a sort of, this is going to sound weird, translucent silver. So it does, it's just that little pop of silver colour. It doesn't look great at all, which is, and you know, the quality of these beautiful tints and ultra fine glitters from Jules at Resin Jules, and also Helena at Resin Detra Supplies, another nice lady who, you know, they supply all things to do with this kind of crafting hobby. Apart from resin, they don't supply that, but they can recommend resin, and the resin they normally recommend is made by a company called Mould. But obviously it's up to you what kind of resin you use. Now just repeating the process on the bigger irregular mould there. You can see more of the glitter or fine glitter tint picking up there. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at that. Very Aurora Borealis, which I was pleased about because it mixes in with nicely with the snowflakes. I'm just popping it back through. Now I did clean these moulds as well before doing this, and I just used a bit of tape, a bit of sellotape or parcel tape to do that. So just popping these snowflakes onto this mould to see, is it too, you know, I was so indecisive. Do I just stick with 2? Do I go with 3? I know it's a bit like when you're arranging flowers. A florist once said to me, you go in groups of 3 or 5, so odd numbers, not even numbers. So I was thinking I really need to try and get it to go with a 3, but I need to make sure all the points are on the surface, the flat surface of the mould. Yeah, okay. So here we are. The coasters were a little bit, had a bit of debris on them. So I just went in with a bit of that sellotape there, or scotch tape, or you can use parcel tape, and just to clean them up. There we go. And then repeated the process as I'd done with the 2 tray moulds, and I used these beautiful fine glitter tints. There we go, we'll call them that, fine glitter tints. Just applied them using the dry bristle paintbrush like I'm doing there. This paintbrush has seen better days, I might add, but it's great for doing this kind of thing. There we are. It's just applying that with the white and then going in with a fluffier brush just to burnish it onto the mould. It's picking up slightly better, and then just seeing, is it right? Have I got enough on there? Yes, I have. Repeated that process with the silvery grey. Now, this is Wayne. Wayne has mixed up some epoxy resin for me. Now, the brand we used in this one today is the Crystal Clear by Tea Expert. He's mixed up enough so that he can pour a layer onto each of the trays and the coaster. Now, not filling up the mould completely, but just filling this one up enough so it fills the sides and just covers that flat surface. And then does exactly the same with the larger one here. Obviously this has been sped up. Take your time when you're pouring resin into moulds, you know, trying not to rush it, and you will have less bubbles. Plus obviously you do need to take all the usual precautions. I haven't said this for a while. All the regular PPE precautions when you're using epoxy resin. Wear gloves, keep your arms covered, work in a well ventilated area. If you've got an extractor fan that you can use that filters the air, then please use that. If not, then work in a well ventilated area, doors, windows wide open. Make sure you keep your children, if you've got young children, other adults, you know, and animals, pets, out of the room that you're working in. So he had already poured a very thin layer of resin onto the coasters, but we let these cure a bit too much before popping the lovely snowflakes on. So what he's had to do there is pour a little bit of resin onto the surface of those moulds of the resin that already cured, then painted a bit of the epoxy resin onto the snowflakes and popped them in. There we go, look at this. So this was, or is, the larger of the 2 irregular shaped trays. And Wayne really should have been wearing gloves to do this, but he said, you know, his hands did not come into contact with the resin He's going to realise now that he cannot move that. That is now on that surface. Now this is resin that's about 80% cured. There we go. Now, just to give you a heads up, there will be a link in the description, or I'm hoping to have a link in the description box for this, for a fantastic new machine that we have been gifted by a company called Resiners. They make lots of equipment that is ideal to have for if you're going to use epoxy resin, which is what this is. Absolutely fantastic machine, and it just helps with curing. So you can use it with regular epoxy resin, UV resin. Obviously you don't need it for eco resin, but it's brilliant. We had both trays and the coasters cured within 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And then it came up saying cooling down. There's a nice little sign comes up, says cooling down. And then it cools down for about half an hour. And then you can demold your pieces, so it cuts down on your curing time no end. So rather than waiting 24 hours, and if you know us, you'll know I'm quite impatient when it comes to things like that, we were able to demold them quite quickly. Now, what he's done there, whilst I was talking, is he has mixed up some more epoxy resin, 1:1 mixing ratio with Tea Expert Crystal Clear, and added in some pearlized white with a hint of green acrylic ink. I must admit, we thought it was going to have much more of a sort of milky, cloudy look to it with a touch of the green Aurora Borealis, but it didn't. However, it does give it a little bit of that sort of milky, cloudy background. Now, obviously, if this isn't white enough for you, because obviously what we didn't want to do is we don't want to lose the white snowflakes in it. We definitely didn't want to do that. You could put some white felt on the bottom if you wanted to. You could paint the bottoms of these once they cured with white acrylic paint and then pop some varnish, some spray varnish if you wanted to do that. I don't think we're going to opt for doing that. Right, he's filled the moulds up to just up to the top, just up to the brim, and then popped the lid on the machine and allowed them to cure for the length of time as per the instructions. There is a video coming out, apologies, not quite in the right order here. There is a video coming out showing you the full machine, what's in the box, what came with it. We'll give our honest opinion on it. Obviously, I mean, we have already said how good it is in this video, but we'll give you our honest opinion about it as well, and that's coming out very soon. That will be out just after this one. Then we'll have a break on Wednesday. So this one should be going out on the Monday, which is the 15th of December. The Resiners curing machine one will be going out on the 16th, the Tuesday. We'll have a break on Wednesday, and then Thursday I think we've got a foodie video coming out for you, and then Friday we've got another video coming, but I'm not going to give you any more. I'm not going to give you any clues as to what that is. Now, I've demolded this coaster, got a little bit of overpour here has happened. It's very, very thin, so I mean you can remove that. You can either use an emery board, a little bit of sandpaper. I'm always worried with that I might scratch something that's as well cured and crystal clear as this. I mean, I can't actually see any bubbles in this, so I was very impressed. Now this is the tray, the bigger tray. Just going to demold this. This is rock solid, by the way. Look at the way the light's catching that Aurora Borealis effect of the glitter on the sides of the tray. It's pretty clear and bubble free, I believe. Let me look at this. That is gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Now we've got a little bit of shrinkage, so it shrunk back a bit whilst it was curing, so we do need to just get rid of that sharp edge. But look at that, you see with those hints of Aurora Borealis on the snowflakes. Beautiful. And the little bits of the twinkle tints there, the two together look absolutely stunning. Beautiful. And this is the smaller one of the irregular trays. Wait for it. This is possibly my favourite. Here we go. Look at that. I mean, pops of glitter, the Aurora Borealis tints on the snowflake. It's just, it almost looks like the edges of this one are sort of like ice. You know, the real crystal clear ice you can get. Now, we did have a bit of overpour on this one as well. I started to use the deburring tool to try and get rid of it, but there was a bit too much of it. So I went in with my scissors, snipped them up, and then went back and did the deburring tool with that. Now, this is me just doing the deburring tool on the edge of that coaster, just to sort that out. Yeah, here we go, look. Going in, we're going to give it a bit of a snip up, and then go back with the deburring tool. You do use these carefully because you do not want to scratch them. There we go. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. So this is what they'd look like. I'm trying to give you an idea of what they'd look like if you painted them white on the back. I mean, who knows? We might do that at a later date. Don't forget, if you're making coasters and trays, give them enough curing time, usually sort of 2 or 3 weeks before you put anything hot or cold on them. But after that, you should be absolutely fine. So these are the finishing video clips. We've got 3 of them for you. We're indulging ourselves. I just can't get over how glittery sparkly it is. The beautiful effects of the Aurora Borealis, the crystal clear colour of that resin. And there we go. Oh, look, with the lovely little green and white marble acorn pots that we made in a previous video. Why not check out our playlist, and you'll see lots of videos there. As I say, don't normally do lots of crafting, other kinds of craft. It's normally epoxy resin, eco resin, and so on. Might be going down a different tack in the new year as well, who knows. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hope you've been enjoying the videos, and that you're all ready for the festive season. We'll see you again tomorrow. Take care everyone. Bye bye.